Today, from London, England,
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Time for our first look at the Denver offense, and of course the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. This game, the 9th that the Jags have played here in London, you might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the 3rd of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent, the Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
They'll roll him out right. He completes it to Ridley. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
They'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Williams.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They run behind center with Cotter. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Etienne down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Connor up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. They go play action with Lawrence. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Snoop Connor, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Joseph's got it, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space
as you said, for it to curl in.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Throwing is Wilson.
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
Touchdown, Broncos!
Greg Dulcich.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Lawrence.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They go play action now. Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Phillips now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 14 yards that time for number 14. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy, 40 yards. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this is back to an 8-point game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Judy. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff to Connor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. On the move to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. He's got room at the 30, down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Wilson. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. Now Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down. To throw is Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Joseph connects on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 48 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll go again with Etienne. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. He'll try and run for it with Connor. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run here with Connor, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Snoop Connor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So Russell Wilson in the offense, down by 15. 1:47 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. first down. Wilson. Caught by Dulcich. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Wilson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Joseph connects on the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
He'll buy some time right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything